Hey Dynamo Nation, this is James. We're going to look at waiver wire ads for Week 11. Let's get to it. Hey Dynamo Nation, this is James, and we're looking at waiver wire pickups for Week 11. We're going to start with Cam Newton, quarterback. Newton's back in Carolina. There's some familiarity with the organization, obviously. He came in this week, small sub package, had a passing touchdown and a rushing touchdown. Cam has been a viable fantasy quarterback before, and now he's got the best offensive weaponry I think he's ever had. You know, we're looking at DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, Terrace Marshall, CMNC. He's got a pretty good team sitting there in Carolina. Maybe you're hurting at quarterback. Maybe you're in a Superflex league. If you're a Superflex, he's definitely, I think, going to be a nice QB2 start moving forward, especially getting all the reps this week with the first team. He's going to be starting Week 11 and on. I think he's only rostered most leagues, most formats, 15-16% of the time. So I would definitely be grabbing Cam off the waivers this week. Second pickup, the darling of Week 10, Ramondre Stevenson. He destroyed the Browns. Long and the short of it. I know Damian Harris was out with a concussion. He'll probably be back. At worst case, this is going to be a 50-50 split, I think, going forward. I think Stevenson definitely is going to have the pass-catching role on that team moving forward. It's going to be hard to keep him off the field in those situations. It's going to be even harder to keep him off the field in the goal line. Stevenson, I definitely think, has carved himself into a role in that offense moving forward. If you're a Harris owner, this might be time to check out and cash in on that RB1 value that you might have. So Stevenson definitely should be picked up. Our third player, second running back, is going to be Wayne Gallman, Falcons. He outtouched Mike Davis this week, 15-4. We've been waiting for it. I've had Gallman. He's been dropped for a while. Had him on my roster at the beginning of the season. He's just a much more efficient running back than Mike Davis. Like, Mike Davis put up numbers last year in Carolina after McCaffrey was hurt, but he did it looking terrible. It was just ugly. It's been much the same this year in Atlanta. So we're going to see moving forward how this goes. But my philosophy, which hopefully if you've been watching the last few weeks, you're starting to pick up on it, we'd rather be a week too early on this. So if people still have reservations on Gallman, grab him now. We don't know what it's going to look like Week 11 and moving forward in that offense. So if Gallman does take over that starting running back job, just based on volume this late in the season, if you can get somebody off waivers at running back and have an RB3 or a flex play moving forward, got to take the chance. Don't wait until we know for sure. Do it now. Let's see what happens. All right. So we're going to move on. Our fourth target this week is going to be Dan Arnold. For whatever reason, I know he's been a journeyman, but for whatever reason, he is in lockstep with Trevor Lawrence down in Jacksonville. I think Lawrence trusts him. I don't think you're going to find a better streamable tight end right now. He's pretty much safe for 10 points, full PPR. You know, he's getting 7-8 targets a week. It's just that he's just a safe play. Dan Arnold is at this point. And if he's still sitting on waivers, you got to grab him. Even if you've got your stud tight end, injuries happen. Again, be thinking ahead. Plan for that injury. Hope for the best, but plan for it. Plan for that injury. Or if you have a bye week coming up, if you have a Darren Waller, he's struggling, which he has been, go grab Dan Arnold. And Arnold hasn't really been scoring touchdowns either. So we'll see if he becomes more of a red zone threat and that offense gets a little bit better. I mean, he's going to be a nice play moving forward. So our last player this week is going to be Tre'Quan Smith. Anyone who knows me, I've been a Tre'Quan homer for years. I've always liked, I don't know what it is. I've always liked him. He's had moments. He's had those fleeting moments of, wow, this guy looks great. And then like 8 weeks straight, he looks like a bum. But he scored in double-digit points the last 3 weeks, baby. He's got Simeon's ear. Traquan, I think you could do a lot worse right now. Running him out, wide receiver 4, flex spot. He got 7 targets this last week. So his target share is starting to go up. Thomas isn't coming back. I think Traquan's going to be a safe play moving forward, especially if he continues to get in that 7-8 target range. So, yeah, Traquan, he's owned in about 50% of leagues. So there's still a chance that he's sitting on waivers. Again, 3 straight double-digit fantasy outputs the last few weeks. And his numbers, target shares are going up. So if he's there, I'd grab him. Obviously, for me, Stevenson is priority number 1 in this listing. If you've got waiver claim 1 and Steven's sitting there, free agent-wise, grab him. He's priority number 1 on this entire list. And then I'd probably put Traquan 2. That's just me. Going to put Cam at 3. We can always use quarterbacks. Arnold's going to be our 4th, and then Gallman 5th. I do think there's upside with Gallman, though, because Mike Davis has been a bum. Let's call it what it is. If you got sold on the dream of Mike Davis in the offseason, I'll pray for you. Okay? That's all I can do for you. Because that was a fallacy. You got hustled. That's all you can say. You got hustled. So just don't let it happen again. Take on Gallman. He was like a 4.6 yards per carry last year with the Giants after Saquon went down. So he's been productive given the chances. And I know that offense hasn't really been clicking. But if he's the starting running back, he outtouched Mike Davis 15-4 on carries this week. If that's how it's going to be going forward, just based on the volume alone, he should be usable for us. So the last guy, I'm going to throw him out there. He should already be picked up. He was one of my sleepers this week at running back. If he's still available, and no, I'm not going to say A.J. Dillon, even though the fantasy gods, he's going to have his chance the next 2 weeks. But Mark Ingram, there's a chance. I said this in our sleeper video. There's a chance that whoever had Ingram started him, got their points, and maybe made a bonehead decision and said, you know what, okay, I started him, but Kamara is going to be back week 11. That's not set in stone. That's a knee injury. With Kamara, their most important player on that team at this point, I think they're going to baby him, and Ingram showed that they're not going to miss a beat with him starting running back. If by chance Ingram's sitting on waivers, or if we hear the news that Kamara is going to play this week and Ingram gets dropped, snap him up immediately. I wanted to make sure I brought that up. With knee injuries, with running backs, as we've seen all season long, injuries are hitting these running backs very hard. It happens every year, but this year we've seen a lot of big names go down. Like I said, we just lost Aaron Jones. So if Ingram's available, if he gets dropped this week after we hear maybe Kamara's going to play, whatever the situation's going to be, you need to grab him. Stash him on that roster, and let's see what happens. So I hope you guys were able to get some of these players in your waivers. Most of them should be available. Hope everyone has a great week, week 11. If you're still in it, congratulations for making it this far. If you're out of it, you need to be watching one of my rebuild videos and get that ball rolling. Don't just keep trotting out the same old, tired, veteran-laden lineup that's getting you nowhere. We don't want to do that. So if you guys have enjoyed the content, please consider subscribing. I would really appreciate it. It would help the channel grow. And again, everyone have a great week. Stay safe. See ya.